You are now tuned in to the Love Talk.
Wander with me. We can disappear. Hands still touching. So you know I'm near. Wander with me. Streets will hold us down. Leave it all now. 'Cause I need you around.
You are now tuned in to the Love Talk.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight you're watching The Network, and I am your host, Terence Jamela. We are doing the Love Talk. We are in the month of love. So tonight I've got my guests here, Tony Jefta and Zach Mabunda. So guys, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being on the show. I would just like to have a few love questions for you. Tony Jefta, could you please just tell us about, I believe you are in a 4-year relationship. You've been and still are,
Yeah.
And how has that been going, in your time? I mean,
Sure.
with the 4 years.
Terence, you're asking me to sum up 4 years in like a minute. That's difficult. But like there's a lot of ups, a lot of downs. But I think the one thing that keeps us going, like it keeps us on our toes. It's very challenging
Yeah.
and it keeps me growing. So
Mm.
yeah, that's basically what the 4 years has been.
Nice. Zach, I know you single, my friend, and I just want to talk to you about, like what does love mean to you as a single guy, besides going into a relationship.
Well, I view love as a strong bond I can't just share with anybody else,
Mm.
Like, I really need to find my person, and that's why I'm not in a relationship. I'm waiting to find my person, so when it happens, it happens. If not, it's not gonna happen.
And then Tony, does your partner inspire you in any way, in terms of moving forward in life?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely inspires me. We actually just started a business about 6 months ago, hosting indoor tournaments, and I think working with him on that, and then coupled with us being in a relationship, it keeps us growing and keeps us motivating to be better for each other and do better for each other. So yeah, it definitely inspires me.
And then Zach, I wanna, I know it's a bit of a deep one, but what do you look for in a woman? As a single guy, obviously, you're doing your thing, you're out there, you're an entrepreneur, and you obviously meet different types of women. But what type of woman do you look for?
Well, I would probably say the type of woman where I can have fun with and be childish and silly with, because I'm a childish person. I'm super childish. But I just need somebody who will understand me, like ups and downs. You look to what Tony has, and like I want that also. Like I want to be able to say, I want that person for 4 years.
Thanks. I'm glad I can inspire you.
Someone will tolerate me for 4 years. Is that not?
I think so too. No, I get you. And then Tony, let's talk. I want to talk about marriage. Do you see that happening anytime soon? Whether it's a year from now or 6 months. We know with the guy, we never know when is he ready. But I feel like with the female, it's always been a thing of I'm just always ready to get married type of thing. Also depending on what type of female it is.
Yeah. So let me answer the first part of the question. I definitely do see myself getting married to Robin.
Yeah.
The second part, like you said, we don't know, guys. So I have no idea what his plan is on that front. So I can't answer as for timings, but I do picture it happening in the next year, 2, maybe 2.5 years. But he's definitely the person I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Nice. And then Zach, I'm just coming back now. Do you believe in marriage?
Yes, I do.
So you see yourself being a dad, having kids, and all of that.
Football team, man.
Have you got the money for a football team? For that one, guys. And then if I look at it in a way of love, I want to know, what does love mean to you guys? It's not a ladies first on the network, that's how it goes.
Love is one of those things, eh?
Mm.
It's like, I think once you truly experience love, it's so difficult to define because it's so much things. It's the way he looks at you, it's the times you guys spend together, it's the arguments, it's the shouting, it just becomes everything that represents the two of you together. That's what love becomes. But to try and define what it means to me, whew, that's a bit of a difficult one because I have 4 years worth of love to define.
Understandable. Mr. Mabunda?
I would say love is a journey, man. I just think it's one big, beautiful journey. And you need to pick the right type of person you want to go on the journey with. And that person needs to be in line with who you are and what you believe in. And even if you guys don't believe in the same things, you must be able to align yourself for the bigger journey that you're going towards. So you don't like black, but she likes white. You find a compromise. And you make it work because you love each other. So that's what love is for me.
Okay, then I've also realized that what other generations are going through. So there's this thing that's happening around where people don't get into relationships, they just see each other, which is kind of like there's no feelings attached, it's just you and her, she can see another nigga, but it's just one of those things where you guys just try and keep it on the, you try to keep it low key, but you're enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you think that's right? I don't know, what is your guys' take on that?
Zach, do you want to go first?
Why not? I mean, if you guys are single and you both agree to what you're going into, why not? Have fun. If it works for you, make it work. Have the best time of your life. I personally know a few people who live by that life, but I don't know. I'm just not that person. I'd rather stay away than be with anybody or have fun or any type of stuff like that.
Okay, so again, I've experienced this actually with Robin because we did that for a year, and I think there is a way a nigga would answer the question. Let's just start off there. That's why I wanted him to answer first. I want to see what is his take on things because mine is completely different, and I'm sure any other female out there is like me because like with females, it's in our nature to compromise first. Because we always want to see our partners happy. I'm not saying that you guys don't want to see your partners happy. It's just, it's a little more difficult for you guys to compromise than it is for us. So with us, when we're in that situation, it's like, let me just have fun with him. It's what he wants. Let me do this. Let's have a good time. Until eventually you're like, but why? Why are we here? You know what I mean? So I guess it all just depends on the couple. Because I guarantee you, if you think you're like both doing this because you're like having fun, it's only one of you. It's only the male.
That's a tough one. And then, Zach, obviously single, me too, single guy. But do you believe in seeing a lot of women?
At once? Or?
At a certain stage, do you believe in seeing a lot of women? Do you think that it's right for males to see a lot of women? Or is it bad?
I think it's bad. I think you need to just get to know one person, and if it doesn't work out, then you move on to the next. I have to be honest with you. You can't just put all your chips in one basket. Just move on.
No, I hear you. And then Tony, I just wanna, obviously when you're in a relationship, there's certain things that you gotta look at. Are you the jealous type?
It depends. There's certain situations where I am, but certain situations that I'm not. But I think for the most part I'm not because jealousy only comes when there's no trust. And for me, I believe that if there's no trust, there's no love. Because how can you love someone if you don't trust them? So but it's also in our nature as humans to experience jealousy. So if I see Robin looking at some girl too long,
there's a problem.
We're not playing those games, my friend. But at the same time, it gets me to a point where I'm like, I have to realize, you know what, Tony? you're the one that he's chosen to be with.
Yeah.
So you need to trust that he's gonna stay loyal to his choice.
Mm.
Because it wasn't my choice for him to be with me, it was his. And I
Yeah.
need to trust that he's gonna be loyal to that. So for the most part, I'm not jealous. It's not like I have sleepless nights worrying that he's cheating on me, but
Yeah.
you know, I do get those flashes
Yeah.
just because it's in our nature.
Mm.
It's in our nature to think like that. But
Yeah.
I've learned to fully trust him and trust that he'll be loyal to his decision that he made to be with me.
Nice. Okay, and then guys, I want to talk about kids. Do they make you or break you in a relationship? I'll obviously start with you, Tony.
Well, I obviously can't answer from personal experience because I don't have my own kids.
Yeah.
But I think it just depends on the emotional intelligence of the couple.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of couples have kids when they know very well they didn't plan for it
Mm.
and they came out on top.
Yeah.
And then there's couples who have had children and it causes so much frustration in the relationship that it ends up breaking them.
Mm.
So I think it all just depends on the emotional intelligence and on whether the couple is able to still keep choosing each other through the challenge of
Yeah.
having a child.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Zach, obviously you're not in a relationship, but like in terms of would you go the single daddy type of way, you know, where you have maybe you and the mother of the child did not, you know, end up being on good terms, and then you end up being a single father. Do you think that is the right way of life? Because you know, from stats, sorry, you know, 60% of dads are single in South Africa. So, you know, do you think that that's the right way to life, or is there another way?
I think, firstly, when it comes to this question, I would not have a child with a woman I don't see myself getting married to.
Yeah, yeah.
Personally,
Mm.
I would not want to put my child through that. I wouldn't want to put my child through a question of, you know, where's dad, where's mom?
Mm.
You know, I want my child to feel like mom and dad had me because
Yeah.
they love each other.
Yeah.
And that's why I please ask people, please, use protection.
Yes, yes.
Condoms,
definitely.
injection, pills, everything you can, because I just can't imagine that single daddy.
Yes.
But if it had to happen, I'll take up responsibility for look after my child, and I'll make sure that the child's mother is good, even if we're not on good terms. I'll make sure she's looked after. But honestly, I don't want to put myself in that situation, so avoid.
Thank you. That's powerful, powerful stuff, guys. Protect, use condoms, guys. Whatever you can do to prevent yourself from kids, do it. Especially if you're unemployed. That is very important, guys. Like, you cannot be unemployed and be having kids. I'm not judging anyone, but we are just saying we're trying to keep our generation as free as possible. Shoo! Guys, love is deep. The network continues right after the ad break as I go deeper.
You are now tuned in to the Love Talk.
Welcome back to the network as we continue our love talk. Guys, I've got a few more questions before we take off properly. Guys, I've got a few more questions for you guys. You know, it's been good having you guys on the show. And yeah, Zach, would you date a broke girl?
Let's define what broke means first.
As in she's...
It's broke, bro. There's no money.
Broke is broke, man. Broke is broke.
Like, very broke. like
very broke.
Like
You have to
struggling.
send
Because there's a
like you have to send the airtime broke.
that's not.
That's not broke.
I think it's broke, guys. Like I have to send you airtime
If-
data. Hey, that's a stress, man.
If I put it in the context where like I had to support her and her family completely, he said no. Because I'm not being mean or anything.
Yeah.
It's just hard to adopt another whole family, you know. Like I don't want to be giving my dad pocket money, you know. I mean, like.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I just can't. But like, if I know, like maybe it's like not a permanent thing. Like it's a once a week.
It's a hustle.
Yeah, it's like it's a hassle. Like sometimes they're good and then sometimes they're broke. I'm cool.
Yeah.
It will work out. But like when I walk in and then they're like, here, Baba, there's no water, electricity or thing like that. I'm out.
You're out.
But it's hard. Man.
No, it's okay. I mean, everyone has their own perspective. Tony, would you date a broke guy?
Sorry, I'm still thinking about this man and adopting a family. That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. But to answer your question, I think it goes back to what Zach is saying. It's like, if I'm dating you and you broke, I need to understand why. What are your circumstances? Like,
Yeah.
are you sitting at home and you have no ambition and you just expect money to come to you? No.
No.
And I don't play on my TV channel. But if you broke because you're still working towards something and you're still building yourself up, then sure.
Yeah.
Let's build our future together, because I mean, I'm technically that broke. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I would expect someone to still date me. So it all just depends on your circumstance.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like cut you off just because you broke. It depends on why.
Yeah. So basically, more of ambition. The guy needs to have ambition.
Yeah, as long as you know where you want to go in life
Yeah.
and you know that you're not going to be in this position forever, then let's build it together.
Yeah.
But if you're just sitting at home to sit at home, no, my friend.
Yeah.
No.
Gents, do you all hear that? Ambition, please, ambition. You can be broke, it's fine. Just have the oomph.
Don't stop.
Guys, thank you so much for being on the show. I hope that you guys enjoy your Valentine's Day, and I hope that we can inspire and encourage, youngsters that want to get into relationships. And the network is all about networking, whether we network about love, whether we network about different stuff that is going on around us. But thank you so much, guys, for checking the show out. And I would really like to give you guys a gift for Valentine's Day that you should enjoy with your partner or whoever you're going to see. Thank you so much. This is for you, Tony.
Thank you.
Lady.
Thank you so much for
There you
having
go.
me on the show.
And then
I
this
thoroughly
is
enjoyed your guys' conversation.
Mr. Mabunda. That will be for you.
Thank you so much, man. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you so much, guys. Stay in tune for the network. We will be hosting our next event. Details will follow soon on our Facebook page, Instagram page. Thank you so much. My name is Terence Chamela. I am your host. Have a wonderful Valentine's and enjoy the month of love. Let us keep loving, keep inspiring, and love one another wherever you go.
You are now tuned in to the Love Talk.